And now, cutting through your typical media nonsense and offering you a rational and unbiased perspective on current events and life in Tampa Bay. He's a successful entrepreneur, published author, top listing agent, a real estate and finance expert that goes to bat for you every day as a consumer advocate. Your host and the consumer quarterback, Brandon Rhymes.
All right, welcome to the show. Thank you so much for spending some time with us here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. You know, our goal is to help you be a more informed consumer, make you more street smart here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. Over a decade on air doing that. And we got Mark Haye in studio with us, 21st Century Financial. He is one of our most popular guests. People really like the scenarios and the information that he brings. So we're talking about all things money related today with Mark Haye. Also got a clip I'm going to play from potentially our next governor. He's in the front runner. That's Byron Donalds. He's talking about how to grow the Florida economy. You know, what do we have going for us in Florida? We're going to expand on that as well. Logan Briggs in the house. Shane Socash also a couple of fan favorites as well on the Consumer Quarterback Show. As you know, we always have a third Thursday gratitude party. This is our business mixer that we have. It's on February 20th, 6 o'clock over at the 20th, 6 o'clock, Brio Tuscan Grill, the official restaurant partner of the Consumer Quarterback Show. All right, a couple of hot listings, and we'll jump into this content we've got today. We're going to talk with Mark Haye, 21st Century Financial, coming up. I've got a brand new listing here, beautiful home, 10711 Old Sycamore Loop. This is a new listing in Land O'Lakes, Florida. 4 bedrooms, 2.5 bath, 2-car garage, almost 2,046 square feet. You have all appliances included, of course. Appliances are stainless steel. You have lighter color kitchen cabinetry, bathrooms as well. Beautifully tiled floor, great opportunity. Carpet in the living room. And you have a kitchen, dining, laundry, baths, and entry, lanai, a big lanai in the back, fenced-in backyard, and a large backyard as well. Community pool in the community. You have community features. Pool with 0 depth entry, playground, hiking trail, and extra wide paved walking paths. Check out 10711 Old Sycamore Loop, Land O'Lakes, Florida. Great opportunity from the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty. 8107 Sierra Manor Lane, one of my favorite listings here. This is a beautiful home. You know, if I were to ever sell my home, this might be one I would pick up. This is a beautiful property. Just over $1 million here. 8107 Sierra Manor Lane in Tampa. 4 bedrooms, 4 bath, 3-car garage, 2-story home, over an acre of land, 3,600 square feet, updated throughout, of course, and it is a gorgeous property. You have large property. You have about 130 feet of private water frontage, 6,000-pound boat lift and a private dock, and it's right there in that Double Branch area of Tampa, kind of close to Oldsmar there as well. Heated in-ground pool, spa. You have a 65-year transferable warranty on the roof. It's a metal roof. In 2023 replaced. 8107 Sierra Manor Lane, beautiful property. Bring your boat, bring your jet skis, and enjoy that Florida lifestyle to the fullest. And you can see all of our real estate listings at Platinum. If you want to list your property, buy, sell, or invest, check out platinummvpteam.kw.com. Only in America will you see, what we got going on in this great country right now, Mark. It's we kind of came from the dark side to like all this optimism, positivity in the marketplace, and a lot of misunderstandings around tariffs and things of that nature as well.
Yeah, absolutely. It's been a nice 2 weeks.
Really,
it's been interesting to watch it. And certainly I want to talk about tariffs today, and I think it's a topic that everybody is discussing at the present moment. But the one thing just to touch base on this Doge with Elon Musk, they're finding so far 4 billion with a B a day of waste right now, and they just started. So I mean, that's an incredible number. But everybody should do this in their own life.
Yeah.
When's the last time you looked at your own life and like what's coming out of your American Express statement, credit card statement? What is that $5.99 Amazon fee? Like every time I turn around, I'm getting like nickel and dime by Amazon. Like, what is all that? You know what I mean?
Yep.
Your businesses and your family and kids. And I know the kids, today video games are a lot different than we were kids. They pay for whatever, $50 for this coin and
in-game purchases.
whatever, in-game purchases
like crazy.
But I'm just saying that because it's such a good thing to do, just personally, as a person, as a business, as a family. Is like, hey, when's the last time we actually sat down and said, what's all coming out? Like, what are we spending money on? Because I guarantee you're going to find hundreds of dollars per month of waste just in your own household, if not longer.
That you forgot about.
Forgot about this, forgot about that. So I love what they're doing. I love that they're going through auditing everything, but take that to your own home and audit yourself and figure out, like, wait a second, where is this going? Where's that going? I guarantee you're going to find, a few $100. And we always talk about cash flow, and it's just increasing your cash flow.
And one of the advisors was also talking about how they're going to either sell or get rid of some of these assets. So you can look at both sides of the balance sheet, right? You can look at your liabilities, what's the cost? And then you can also say, hey, how can I improve my assets? How can I maybe shrink and sell some of these assets that I'm not using with all these return to office workers? So it's interesting, too, that we're focusing on all of those scenarios, drilling oil, imposing tariffs, and then the tariffs will end up just being a scare tactic, right?
Yeah, and then let's go through tariff. Like, what is a tariff? All tariff is taxation on imports, and America was founded, and we really ran our country on tariffs. We didn't even have an income tax system, not until 1913. It was like the 16th Amendment or something. They came up with, hey, let's have a federal income tax. You know what I mean? And then all of a sudden, in the last 100 years, our government has ballooned into this giant, organism that just needs to be cut. I mean, because, now all of a sudden they're taking the taxation from us, and then we stop doing tariffs, and just give an example. In the 80s, we had so many cars coming in, imported in America, that finally the government said, okay, we're going to limit how many cars come in. We're going to impose tariffs on these cars. Well, that's when Toyota and GM teamed up, and Toyota said, well, we're not going to do all that. We'll just build in America. Can we work with you? And that's how that partnership happened.
Exactly.
People don't understand that. It's not that we want Americans to pay more. No, it's we're going to pay less. It's the other countries, and so everybody's big word is, pay your fair share. All these celebrities and millionaires, they should pay their fair share. But in reality, that's pennies compared to these countries that have unlimited checkbooks and billions of dollars, that are wasted or fraud or cash or whatever. And
well, on the car front, too, if you go into Europe and you go into other countries, you don't see our cars in their country. You don't see a good old-fashioned Ford F-150 there.
Exactly, going down to Italy.
And the same thing over here. You see a lot of, Mercedes-Benz, BMWs, Audis, all these different cars. So yeah, it needs to be fair. And to me, if you look at where our country came from, the Bushes, the Clintons, the Obama, all those people let these things slide, and they just kept going status quo, don't bend. I don't want to, ruffle anybody's feathers, status quo. And then Trump comes in here and he's bulldozing everything and saying, look, let's rethink this with the help of Elon and some others.
And what is a tariff for? I mean, it does a lot, but main four things is, one, is going to protect the borders. Illegal immigration, which we've had a big problem with the last 4 years. That's followed up with illegal drugs, fentanyl coming in, and we had a overpour of that through the Canadian border, Mexican border, et cetera. But the third thing it does is create jobs. Like with that example we gave with Toyota and GM, we want them to come here and be manufacturing in America. We don't want them to manufacture their country and just bring it in without a tariff. I mean, they should have to pay that, Well,
how about US Steel? Did that trade ever go through? Remember that US Steel was supposedly being sold to Japan?
I don't think it ever went through.
And it was, so, but to me, you think of an iconic name, United States Steel.
I know.
And
what a great
things
name.
like that, right? And to have our, inner core of our country hollowed out by both parties through the 80s and the 90s and the 2000s. That's what happened.
Right. Yeah. And lastly, what the tariffs can do, and it helps everybody, is eliminate the income tax. You know, if all goes
or
well,
significantly reduce.
Yeah, reduce it. All goes well, and this Doge continues to eliminate and audit all these different government agencies, and we're saving $4 billion a day, and it's increasing. And all of a sudden, these countries are going to start paying their fair share, which have deep, deep pockets.
Yep.
Now all of a sudden, you look at the tax code and go, maybe we don't need a federal income tax system, or maybe we just do a flat sales tax on something and get rid of the IRS and abolish all of that. You know, people could eliminate federal income tax. You're talking 12% all the way to 40% more income that you get to keep.
Exactly.
You know, so I'm all for the tariff, but let's just look at what happened just in the last 2 weeks. You know, you take Canada and Mexico. They were the big ones right now that are fighting their tariff, you know, and they had till Saturday and we're implementing it. Well, all of a sudden, you know, Mexico's going to put 10,000, you know, troops at our border. They're going to protect that side of Mexico, so we're not having illegal immigration. We're not going to have the illegal drugs coming in. All of a sudden, our friend Justin up in Canada, who's resigning, you know,
Governor Justin.
Yeah, Governor Justin up there. You know, he's now putting $1.3 billion in the border, you know, to protect, you know, Americans and everything else. And so Trump froze the tariffs for 30 days.
Yeah.
If they don't want to pay it, then do what we need you to do.
Yeah.
We're done giving away free money.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We're putting America first.
That's right.
And I don't see a problem with having secure borders, eliminating the drug trafficking, you know, sex trafficking, all that stuff, and make these companies, not companies, but these big giant countries with unlimited checkbooks pay. Like, it's time to pay. You know what I mean? And like, we're tired of it.
Yes,
you know?
it is. And you know, and you think about, yes, we have problems in this country. You have school shootings and you know, these different issues, or a you know, airplane crashes, right? So you lose 30 people, you lose 100. And I'm not trying to downplay that, but my point is, when you have these wide open borders, you're losing thousands of kids per day. We know they're being trafficked. You ever see where the babies come across and they got them drugged up and they, you know,
they're not even with their parents.
Yeah,
they don't even know
they're
who
lying about. I mean, that is the real monstrosity and terrible, just evil stuff that's happening. I did a post this morning on my page at BrandonBRimes1 at BrandonBRimes PA, just breaking down the USA. That said 1.5 million to advance DEI in Serbia. Why are we paying to advance DEI, diversity, equity, inclusion? We all know that's a joke anyways, in Serbia. You know, and then the one was about $50 million worth of condoms and, you know, just
going
the
to
ridiculous
Gaza, whatever
waste.
it was. Yeah.
How much could we save by not sending all this money everywhere?
Yeah, and we'll look at too. I mean, we spent, I think it was close to $10 billion with a B, okay, on leases, maintaining buildings, furniture, furnishing government buildings that are not being used. They're empty. You know, billions of dollars that we're just taking over these buildings when we could actually sell the land, sell the property. Someone could come in, build, develop, have real businesses that could do something instead of it just having a big sucking sound of money coming out of our pockets to fund an empty space so it has nice furniture. Yeah.
I want to get some ideas here. This is from Byron Donalds, and he's talking about, you know, how can we grow in Florida? By the way, he's up in the gubernatorial polling as who's going to be the next governor. Byron Donalds.
Areas for growth. We're already transitioning to be it, but I believe we should be the financial hub of the world in a decade. The digital assets community in Miami-Dade in particular, but throughout South Florida, it's all coming here. And we have to, I don't want to say accelerate that, but we have to focus that. Our economy as a state is far more diverse than what it was when I got here 20 years ago. We're not just a retirement state now. We're an everything state. People are living here, growing their businesses here, bringing their businesses here, raising kids here, going to college here, etc. Our workforce has to be prepared for the next wave of our economy. And I'm talking AI, quantum.
He makes some good points there, Mark.
Yeah, I mean, I think if, you know, I've been here now for 23 years, which I can't believe I've been here 23 years. But anyways, I think Florida as a state, you know, we have a surplus. You know, we're bringing in more than we spend, which is always good. But I think that if he wants to come here and say, look, we're going to improve Florida and make it better, we got to get the property taxes under control.
Yep.
We got to get homeowner insurance under control. So if you really want to talk about we want to help Florida and Floridians, we need those two things taken care of. And I don't know how to fix that, you know, with these hurricanes that we've had the last few years and the damage and destruction and insurance companies leaving the state of Florida and only giving us one or two options at this point and raising the premiums 50 to 75% a year. You know, that needs to be addressed. It's not necessarily people coming here, vacationing, living here, etc. That's not an issue. The issue is going to be property taxes and that cost of living, which is going to be the property insurance.
Yeah, big time. Yeah, that you look at insurances in the state of Florida. Obviously, that's been
even
the
car
pain
insurance
in the side.
is drastically expensive.
You're paying more
compared
for car
to where
insurance.
I come from, Ohio and Michigan area.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's a fraction of the
Eliminate
cost.
the fraud. I think you eliminate the fraud is going to be a big part of that, especially Miami-Dade. That's he mentioned Miami-Dade in that clip because there's a lot of fraud. I remember when I was on the mortgage side for Argent Mortgage, a lot of the fraud came out of Miami-Dade, and you'd hear. And when the first payment default started happening, somebody takes out a brand new mortgage and then they do not even pay that first mortgage. We knew we had something like a straw buy or some type of fraud. But if you can cut out fraud, I think that's a big part of it. We got to take a quick break there. More with Mark Haye, 21st Century Financial, markhaye.com on the Consumer Quarterback Show. Follow us online as well at BrandonRimes1 at CQB Show. And check out our Rumble and YouTube channel as well, the Consumer Quarterback Show. Taking a quick break, coming right back. And also our feel-good story, a breath away from Alzheimer's cure. How xenon gas could transform treatments. Feel good story coming up later on in the program. We'll be right back.
Hey, this is Grant Cardone, and you're listening to Consumer Quarterback Show, hosted by my friend Brandon Rimes. Do not touch that dial. I'll come right through the radio and grab your throat.
To get in touch with Brandon, call 813-670-7372. Online at consumerqb.com.
Hey, Brandon Rimes here. Did you know that we buy houses cash? We will close quickly and give you a fair offer on your home or residential properties, even commercial properties, and we will give you a fair cash offer, close quickly, and be diligent when you're shopping these types of scenarios, because a lot of the wholesalers, the flippers out there, they will sign you up on an as-is contract, and they will shop that contract and try to find a buyer, but they may not find the buyer, and they won't close. So this is Brandon Rimes, 813-917-1894, consumerqb.com. Brandon Rimes, we buy houses cash and fast. Attention business owners, did you know we have 100% financing options available? Our no money down program offers 100% financing for business owners. If you are currently leasing your commercial space, you can purchase real estate for no money down. Additionally, the program offers money for working capital, equipment, and business fixtures. You can even pay off current business debt. Reach out at 813-917-1894. That is my direct cell. You can call or text 813-917-1894. BRimes at kw.com. And that is our 100% financing, no money down program for business owners. We would love to help you buying, selling, or investing in real estate. 813-917-1894. BRimes at kw.com.
You're listening to the Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rimes. Online at consumerqb.com. Brandon is Tampa Bay's #1 consumer advocate for real estate and financial advice. Call Brandon today at 813-917-1894.
All right, welcome back. Brandon Rimes here in studio with Mark Haye, 21st Century Financial Group. This segment brought to you by the Platinum MVP team, Keller Williams Realty. Got a hot listing here at 4233 Oakfield Avenue in Holiday. We have a great opportunity to purchase real estate, 3-bedroom, 1-bath, 1-car garage, 1,121 square feet home, fully remodeled in 2024. You have lighter colors on the interior, beautiful kitchen, eat-in kitchen there, and lighter color. You got stainless steel appliances, beautiful property, great opportunity right here in Holiday, Florida. Granite countertops, kitchen cabinets look great, and a fresh coat of paint, of course. 1700 Highland Club Court, another listing from the Platinum MVP team. This one's in Palm Harbor, one of the hottest little areas in all of Tampa Bay. 1700 Highland Club Court, Palm Harbor. You got a 2-2 here, 1,280 square foot villa, wide open spaces, cathedral ceilings. You have the lighter color kitchen cabinetry, stainless steel appliances, tile flooring, and a beautiful community pool there as well. Hot tubs and pools and a lot of accessories there. You have the golf club with an executive golf course as well. Check out 1700 Highland Club Court, Palm Harbor, and you can see all of our real estate listings at platinummvpteam.kw.com.
This is God's country.
All right, Mark Hayes in the house. Mark, what other consumer tips do you have? We talk a little macro there, but, let's bring some of these ideas back into the household.
Yeah, so just, kind of talking about the tariffs again. If we can get this thing right and we can impose these tariffs, and let's say we can bring the federal income tax down. Let's take the state of Florida. We don't have any state tax. So if we could cut our federal income tax in half, or eliminate that, that's so much savings that we could have every single year. And when we're not borrowing money at the rate we were borrowing money, all of a sudden maybe the interest rates could come down.
Yeah.
Now all of a sudden the mortgages, instead of being 7-8%, go back to 3-4-5%. If people could start affording to buy a home again,
it's going to happen.
Absolutely. And you can't find $4 billion a day 2 weeks into it of waste. I mean, it's going to keep getting bigger and bigger and bigger as they keep going through all these agencies, and they're moving really fast.
They are. I love it.
For just starting on the 20th, they're moving extremely fast. But I just feel like it's exciting because there's relief for middle class, lower class, high income. It doesn't matter. There's relief coming.
Yeah.
And instead of burdening the Americans in the middle class with higher taxation, and we're going to shut the government down and raise the debt ceiling, and we're going to do, instead of that, let's just try something different. Because that didn't work for the last 100 years.
Think about it.
It hasn't worked.
Think about it. You mentioned $4 billion a day. Let's just annualize that on a year. Let's say you find $100 billion, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's going to probably be more than that,
especially
when you start selling buildings and things, right? And so you look at, whatever that number is, divide it by 330, 350 million Americans, right?
Yeah.
That's going to be a pretty good math equation there.
A lot.
We should all be able to save a lot of money on our taxes. And you talk about a re-election. He's saying he might be able to get re-elected as Trump, right? Because it's consecutive terms, not spread out terms. But either way, even if it's JD, if you go in and you cut people's taxes that much and you prove that, hey, we did it, and it's not just for black, for brown, for white, it's blue collar workers, it's all the workers. If you can do something like that, you're almost guaranteeing a re-election.
Yeah, well, you're going to cut the tax on Social Security. You're going to cut taxes on overtime, which is going to help the elderly and, like you just said, the worker, middle class, etc. If we could put the tariffs correctly on these big giant companies that have been taking advantage of us for decades, and they start paying their quote unquote fair share. They start bringing manufacturing back to America. Interest rates start coming down. Homes become more affordable. I mean, there's so much positivity that could happen. And I feel so bad for people that are so stuck on hating somebody that they're missing this.
Exactly.
Because the last 4 years, and I'm not saying I voted for that person or agree with it, but I want them to be successful.
Yeah.
But it was so frustrating and it's so just depressing turning on the TV and we're in this war and we're sending the money over here and the border's wide open. And, for 2 weeks, we got the borders locked down. We got the countries helping us. We stopped sending money overseas to countries for whatever reason.
Yeah.
We're putting it back into America. We're making these companies pay, in countries pay their fair share. I just think it's so positive that if you take the state of Florida and we can operate on no state income tax, then you can operate on no federal income tax.
Yeah.
You can make that happen.
Yeah.
And Florida is one of the most prosperous states in the union.
Right.
You know what I mean? And it's only going to keep going if we continue down, a good path that we're going.
Right.
So if Florida can do it, then everybody can do this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And we just have to impose. And I think Trump and his administration are doing the right thing.
Yeah.
I just think that let's try this because what has happened in the last 4 years, decade, 10, 20, 30, 50 years has not worked.
Exactly.
And we're here where we are with a $34 trillion deficit that we have no way of paying it back right now. But, if we can free up all this money, maybe we can start paying that back. There's so much positivity happening.
Yeah.
And I love seeing it. I love watching it. And I just hope that people can just go in here with an open mind.
Yeah.
And let's just try this.
And let's let Mark take a look at your retirement plan. Reach out to the hotline. Let him look at what you got going. To say, hey, here's my plan. Here's my tax returns. Let Mark take a look at this. 727-263-3707. Call or text the show hotline. 727-263-3707. Call or text the show hotline. And that's what we set this show up to do. We want to be your consumer advocate, help make you more street smart, maybe help you find some money. You may have filed taxes, you may have a retirement plan, but you probably have a couple holes in that boat, and you can get across a lot faster talking to Mark Haye. Mark, final thought.
I appreciate it. No, I appreciate your time. And again, 727-804-7220 is my cell. You can text or call me anytime.
Perfect. All right, Mark Haye, 21st Century Financial. Thanks for coming in.
Thank you.
All right, coming up, Logan Briggs, Gulf Shield Roofing in the house. We're going to talk about insurances, roofing, and things of that nature from a contractor perspective. Also, coming up later on, Shane Socash, David Reynolds Jewelry and Coin, alternative investments into the precious metals as well. Consumer Quarterback Show, consumerqb.com.
This is Warwick Dunn, and you're listening to the Real Estate Quarterback Show, hosted by my man, Brandon Rhymes.
To get in touch with Brandon, call 727-263-3707. Online at consumerqb.com.
All right, Dave, give me a mic check. All right, that sounds a little bit better.
You're listening to the consumer quarterback, Brandon Rhymes, cutting through your typical media nonsense and offering you a rational and unbiased perspective on current events and life in Tampa Bay. Online at consumerqb.com.
All right, welcome back. Thanks for sticking with us here on the Consumer Quarterback Show, powered by the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty. We've got Logan Briggs in the house, Gulf Shield Roofing, in studio with us. We're going to talk with him about his instant estimator tool, also insurances, what's going on with the roofing space and insurance claims as well. We're going to talk with him here in just a quick minute. Before we do, quick shout out to Lee's Royal Services. He does a great job cleaning our real estate properties. If you're looking for a residential or commercial cleaning company, look no further. You've got leesroyalservices.com, leesroyalservices.com, home and office cleaning. He does a great job cleaning our real estate properties, and we greatly appreciate Lee over at leesroyalservices.com on the interior of the property. Now, if you're looking for exterior cleaning, Heights Soft Wash, pressure washing company here in Tampa Bay. Great time, longtime friend of the show. Heights Soft Wash, Ramin is the owner, does a great job cleaning our real estate properties. HeightsSoftWash.com. Let him know the real estate quarterback sent you. HeightsSoftWash.com. All right, a couple of hot listings that we're going to talk with Logan. We got a new listing, a land listing here at McKeithen Road in Dade City. It's a beautiful property. I love the photography compliments of Fabre Frameworks. They got the nice outline there so you can kind of see what you're buying. Looks like it's got some trees there, so you need to clear it if you're going to be putting in some type of a establishment, establishing a residential community, for example, or creating a thriving business. It all deals with the zoning. You've got to talk to the zoning in the county and figure out what they're going to let you do. 5 acres of land, McKeithen Road, Dade City, positioned near I-75 for quick access to Ocala and Tampa. Also close to nearby attractions, Croom Wildlife Management Area with Lacucci State Forest, hiking, fishing, horseback riding. Great opportunity right here in beautiful Tampa Bay, our northern audience, McKeithen Road in Dade City. Great opportunity to buy some dirt, buy some land, and invest in Florida, one of the hottest states in the country, of course. Great opportunity here in beautiful Tampa Bay. 1758 Winfield Circle, Clearwater. This one's a beautiful renovated property, gorgeous property. It's staged. It looks like $1 million. Beautiful property here. Lighter color kitchens, stainless steel appliances. You have that large, super large island there. I can just picture the kids having some breakfast there in the mornings, fixing some breakfast up before you're running off to school. 5 bedrooms, 3 bath, 2-car garage, 2,746 square feet, 0.36 acre lot. So you have a larger lot. No HOA, and says no flood insurance required. Of course, we recommend people in the state of Florida buying flood insurance, even if you're not in a flood zone. It's cheaper that way as well. 6 miles, Clearwater Beach, Indian Rocks Beach, and TIA. 1758 Winfield Circle, Clearwater. And you can see all of our listings at PlatinumMVPTeam.kw.com. All right, Logan Briggs back in studio with us, sir. Welcome back.
Hey, what's up, Brandon? How you doing?
Yeah, rocking and rolling, man.
Good.
Yes,
good.
sir. Staying busy out there. Yourself?
Yes, sir. Busy. We're building roofs every day, repairing roofs, tarping roofs, whatever's roofing, we got you covered.
That's right. I love it, man. You've been in the industry for a while now, haven't you?
Yeah, since, I guess you could throw it all the way back to 2012, but,
Yeah.
really focused on roofing primarily in about 2019. I got
There you go.
started in there. Yeah, and then I was able to start to be an apprentice, and then I was able to get my license, and then, the sky's the limit now.
I love it, man.
Yes,
I love
sir.
it. Staying busy. So one of the biggest questions we get is, this 49% rule when it comes to FEMA, but just in general speaking, like dealing with the insurance companies, a lot of confusion out there.
A ton of confusing, and they like it like that. I'll tell you what, they want you confused. They want to send you this paperwork. It's 20 pages long. You don't know what you're looking at. Is this what's appreciation, actual cash value? They have all their own little terms and lingo, and they don't walk you through it. And they want you like that. They want you confused. They want you to go away. That's their plan. I mean, there's some carriers out there that no matter what, they will deny you. No matter what. Your roof could be laying in your swimming pool, and they are going to deny you.
Wow.
And then you'll just have to get, if you get with us, a licensed contractor, we're going to call them back out for a second inspection. And then from there, that's when they really start to talk business. So they all do things a little bit differently to really deny and delay your claim.
Yep.
But for the most part, as long as you're working with us, you're in good hands and you're going to get the proper coverage you deserve.
Yeah. It's very confusing for people. A lot of times consumers don't understand what's in the policy,
Right.
what they're required to do in terms of preserving the asset, tarping the roof if there's a storm. And it is confusing. And a lot of times you get in, unfortunately, that company you mentioned that maybe just does the automatic turndowns.
Yeah.
They look at it as a business decision. Hey, look, a certain percentage are just going to go away.
Yep.
Some people may fight. It's very similar to what you've seen with health insurance companies and corporate skimming. Some of these companies get so big, it's like, yeah, whatever, try to sue us.
Yeah, well, I mean, what they want to do is they want to slow things down. They want you to go away, and by making the process challenging or painful for the homeowner, the more likely you are going to go away. I mean, I've seen it where homeowners are just they're giving up. Yep. They don't want to go sue their insurance company, but their insurance company is not answering their phone. I've even got homeowners that the insurance company hasn't even came out since Hurricane Milton to even inspect their roof or their property, and it's just like really scratches your head there for a second, like. It's been 3 or 4 months, maybe longer since Milton now, and they haven't came out to your property. And that's really why you need somebody like advocating for you in your corner. And that's why it's so important that when you sign up with us or you say, hey, look, I want your help with my claim, is that when we do it, we don't take over your claim, but someone's there to be that squeaky wheel with the insurance carrier, and that's how you get things done with them.
That's right. Yep. We're talking with Logan Briggs, Gulf Shield Roofing. He's the owner, a local business owner here. Support the local economy by supporting the Consumer Quarterback Show and all of our expert contributors, commercial and residential roofing as well. And you have all these different options today. You got the asphalt shingle. You might get that a little bit cheaper than you might a metal roof, for example. But what are your preferences? What are you seeing most of?
Yeah, I mean, I'm a classical guy. I love the asphalt shingle. Mainly for a couple reasons. One, it's readily available, right? Yep. If you need your roof done, you can get it done. Also, shingles they're tested, right? They've been into the Florida market for a long time. Yes, insurance companies don't like them as much, and they might, not give you 20 years anymore. But at the end of the day, the value is there with the shingle roof. Right. Now, if you plan on staying in your home for a long period of time, then metal is an investment grade in roofing that you want to possibly consider, just because a metal roof could last 50 to 75 years. The only thing that's really going to destroy a metal roof is if it's improperly installed, or rust. Right? Without those two factors, you shouldn't have any issues with your metal roof. Yeah. And I get that question a lot, and one of the things that I get a little concerned with is that insurance companies are always going to kind of scrutinize the roof, right? Right. They don't like asphalt roofs when it was 20 years old. Now it's 15, and now there's some insurance companies that just don't even write policies with the roofs over 10 years old. And now a lot of homeowners want to switch and move over to metal. Now, if code changes, the nailing of the decking or the underlayment changes, technically your metal roof might be out of code. So the insurance company might start to scrutinize that metal roof. So it's kind of like an interesting, situation where it is with metal or versus shingle. But one thing's for certain, if you're staying in your house for over 10, 20, 15 years, anywhere up above 10, then metal roofing is definitely something you want to learn more about.
I got one listing right now, 8107 Sierra Manor, and it's got a 65-year-old or 65-year transferable warranty on it. Yeah. It's like, wow, you never need to buy a roof again. You buy that in your 30s, you're like, okay, you're doing the math. It's like I'm 100 years old before I'm even thinking about it.
The last roof you're ever going to buy, right? Yeah. And metal warranties on the materials and even the paint is long. It's like 40 years. We use Tri-County Metals, who's a good, great provider for the show and a contributor. And I think I was just talking to Ron yesterday, and it was like a 40-year paint and materials warranty. Wow. Like 40 years. That's unheard of. That's great. Amazing. So there are tremendous amount of advantages to metal roofing.
Yeah, if you need a roof or somebody around your neighborhood needs a roof, reach out to the show. We'd love to put you in touch with Logan. And again, it's a local economy you're supporting here by supporting the Consumer Quarterback Show and our experts. 727-263-3707. You can also submit an email form on the website, consumerqb.com. We get a lot of those lately. Thank you so much for everybody that reaches out. 727-263-3707. consumerqb.com. Submit the email form there online at consumerqb.com. Consumer tips, other ideas around insurances, roofing. What else are you seeing out there, man?
Yeah, we're seeing a lot of, homeowners that are getting taken advantage of when it comes to like their down payment, right? We're seeing a lot of that. And I don't know if it's necessarily, something that the contractors, we're seeing a lot of roofers that are overextending themselves, right? Where they might be, 8 to 10 weeks out, and they're going to take your 50% down payment. And then they're like, wow, you're just going to come back in,
it's a big chunk.
10 weeks for a long time. So I would just always, make sure homeowners are very aware of the situation and how long the lead times are with their contractors. We're looking at about a 2 to 3 week lead time right now, and we have no down payments, right? We don't really require it.
That's great.
And that's important, right? You get a lot of peace of mind as a homeowner, like, hey, I'm signing up this contractor. Now we're motivated, right?
Yeah.
We don't make any money unless that roof is built and
Right.
you're happy with it.
Exactly.
And I think that helps a lot of our homeowners become really confident when they select Gulf Shield Roofing.
Yeah. Now, I know you're a family man. You got kids. I've got a growing family as well. This was an interesting clip I came across, a little bit off the topic of roofing here, but it's around health and nutrition. And this influencer called Food Babe was on a podcast I was listening to. Check this out.
I started to compare products that we have here in the United States to products that they sell in other countries, but the exact same products. So like a Doritos package here in the United States versus a Doritos package in Europe, and I would compare the ingredients. And I did this large investigation, and I think the title was something like How U.S. Companies Are Exploiting Americans. And I showed this stark differences between the same product that's being sold here and in other countries, and how in other countries they're using better and safer ingredients.
So yeah, I think we've all seen and kind of heard that,
Yeah.
and we talked about it. But here, I love it. RFKJ, he's coming in, Maha movement.
Yeah.
We're going to make America healthy again. Not only are we making it more safe and more economical for families, but when you take these man-made chemicals, you add them in, and then other countries don't have to follow the same guideline. They got better preservatives or better food over there.
Or
That's
they're
crazy.
banned. There are ingredients in our stuff that's banned in Europe.
Exactly.
It's like, what? I don't understand that. Why would it be banned over there and not here? I mean, just flip over a package of Doritos.
Yeah.
I mean, or crackers or your
Ketchup.
bread. Yeah, ketchup. I mean, it's
Any of
50
it.
to 60 ingredients of words you can't say unless you're a scientist.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's like, really, who's designing our food, and and why are they doing it?
Yeah, exactly.
That's a big question. is
And
why
we're
are they
giving
putting
it,
that
we're
stuff
feeding
in
it to our kids. These kids that are 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 years old. And
Yep.
There was one story too. I was listening to another podcast, Tucker, I think, and he had someone come in, and the doctor was saying his story about the baby came in or the mother with the baby, and she was feeding the baby a bottle, and it looked like a caramel looking substance. He says, "What's in that bottle? I'm just curious." Because he loves Coke. He loves Coca-Cola.
No. Oh,
You're
man.
feeding the baby through a bottle
Yeah.
of Coca-Cola. Unbelievable.
scary.
But so the parenting needs to step up a level too. But
little awareness, little education there,
isn't
too.
it?
But I think that there was also like a lot has changed since from 20 years ago. Like, I mean, there was somebody I saw it online somewhere where it was like an ingredient for even like a Pop-Tart was like 10 ingredients, and then now it's like 100 ingredients.
Yeah,
so
it's
like things have
unbelievable.
just changed over time. It's like, how does adding more things to it make us healthier? It's just
we got to rein it in.
Yeah.
Rein in the spending, Doge. We're reining in all the tariffs. We're reining it all in. And it's gonna be great to see, man. We're only 12 days in, 15 days into this thing, and
it's exciting.
We got a lot of positive momentum. So, Logan, how do you want people to connect with you, man?
Yeah, GulfShieldRoofing.com. We've got a brand new tool on there. It's our instant estimator tool. You put in your address. It's going to shoot out probably 3 or 4 different roofing systems that might be great for your home. It never beats talking to us. Pick up the phone, call us 813-550428. So 813-555-0428.
GulfShieldRoofing.com as well. Logan, thanks for coming in.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Brandon.
Hey, my pleasure. All right, taking a quick break. Coming back, we're going to talk with Shane Socash, David Reynolds Jewelry and Coin. He's the owner, and we're going to visit with him the gold price. I know gold seems to be at an all-time record again. Gold, precious metals, silver. Also can design your diamonds and jewelry as well with David Reynolds Jewelry and Coin. Coming up here on the Consumer Quarterback Show, online at consumerqb.com.
Hey, I'm Ken Shamrock, and you're here with Consumer Quarterback Show. And I say, Brandon Rhymes, knock out your competition.
To get in touch with Brandon, call 727-263-3707. Online at consumerqb.com.